Hello, and we're back. Today is April 9th, I believe. It's a Thursday. I am starting my new position as a registered nurse for Detroit Medical Center Hutzel Women's Hospital on Monday. I'm very nervous, and right now I'm just spending this time kind of decompressing and relaxing, doing things that make me feel good. Kind of before this next journey begins for me. I have a handy dandy notebook that I was talking about in my last video. My friend Emma got this for me from Mexico. It's hand painted. She got this for me because I was watching her cats while she was gone. So ever since I got this journal, I've been really kind of just trying to, every day, writing something down, whether it's a prayer, just kind of my feelings about that day, what I'm doing, what I have been doing. And I watch a lot of different YouTubers. I read a lot of different blogs, and there's something that I really wanted to do. It's 23 Things I Learned by 23. I'm 23 years old. I turned 24 this year. I feel old, but I know I'm not. But I feel old, just maybe because of the past 5 or 6 years have been so crazy. And such a learning experience and such a period of growth for me. I started writing this list, a few days ago on the 6th, and I've kind of just been taking that time to collect all of these different things that I've learned through my life, whether it's from my mom or just from myself or a lot of friends that have taught me things, or boyfriends, well, ex-boyfriends that have taught me things. So I wrote down a list of things. I didn't know if I wanted to put it on video, but ever since my last video I made about the 17 things I don't buy or use anymore, I honestly really enjoy making videos and feeling like I'm connecting to something out there. So I'm gonna roll with it. Who knows where it's gonna go? It's probably not gonna go anywhere at all, but I'm gonna roll with it and I'm gonna have fun with it, and start up a YouTube channel or something and throw these videos on there for whoever to listen to, whoever's out there. Let's go ahead with the list with number 1. The first thing I have is something that my mom always told me. It's actually from Medea. It's like a Medea short clip, but basically it's that relationships are like trees because you have your roots, your branches, and your leaves. I swear to God, I live by this now. My mom, I think I was going through a friend breakup, and it was so hard, and I mean, it really was like a breakup between a boy and a girl. Obviously, it was just me and my best friend. So my mom had watched the video. I think she found it on Facebook, and then she sat me down and she told me it. We watched the video, tears, whatever, but it's so true. You know, you have your roots and your trunk, and those are people that are staying. They hold together your foundation. They're so important to your stability. And then you have your branches, which are still strong, and they're still there to provide for things, but they can break away and they can snap away, but they were there for a purpose. And then you have your leaves, which are people that just come and go with the seasons, and they were really never meant to stay in your life, but they still meant something. So it's okay to outgrow people. I've 100% learned it's okay to outgrow people now. For such a long time, I always thought like my friends were going to be my friends and that's it. You know, I feel like a lot of people after high school go through this experience of losing a lot of people, and some people take it harder than others, and I've always taken it so hard. I always took it like it was me, and like, you know, whatever. So that has been a huge just change in my life with that quote. I mean, it's a really good video. You guys should watch it. Number 2, my mom is always right. I, of course, went through my own phase of just thinking my mom didn't know anything, and it's so crazy. Now that I'm 23, I have an awesome relationship with my mom now after a lot of hard years together, and she's just simply the best and the smartest person ever. I go to her for everything now, and kind of changing around that relationship has like changed my life in a huge way. So my mom is always right, obviously. It's not always the outcome you wanted or expected is number 3. I think I'm such a planner and I'm such a worrier, and I want to see that outcome and go for that outcome. And if I don't get that outcome, it's detrimental sometimes in my life. So I've really learned that it's not going to be, shits and giggles all the time. It's going to be hard, and it might change along the way, and you have to adapt and understand that your way is not always the right way, and that's all up to the big guy. So number 4 is garden therapy is real and important. So I never used to be somebody that gardened or planted or whatever, but I actually got a job at George's Livonia Gardens, 7 Mile in Merriman. Best place ever. I got a job there, and I was working there for maybe 2.5 years. And that changed my life. I mean, I know that sounds dramatic, but that literally changed my life working there. I learned so much about plants and about gardening, and before I literally didn't know what an annual was versus a perennial. Like, I didn't know anything, and they just took me right under their wing, and man, it was the best experience, best job I've ever had. A lot of hard work, but I ended up loving gardening and just, diving into gardening and plant life. And it changed my world. So that's a really, really important way of, if you need some type of therapy or whatever at home, if you just make yourself a little home garden. Herbs or actual flowers or vegetables. Vegetables is great because you actually watch what comes into fruition and you eat it, or you bake with it or cook with it. That's always a really great therapeutic thing for me, because I watch what I planted, what I controlled, and now I'm getting that, I'm harvesting all my hard work. So try that if you need to. It's amazing. Pray on it is number 5. I love this one. I didn't always think that this was an important thing to do, but praying is just the best thing. Honestly, if you're struggling with something, just pray on it and see what happens. It's that saying, let go, let God. Sometimes you have to let go, pray on it, give it into his hands. Number 6, this is a good one, okay? What's your favorite color is actually an ever-changing, very complicated question for me. I hate when people are like, this is an easy question. What's your favorite color? They use it as it's an easy question to answer. I get stressed out. My mom knows this about me. I get actually stressed out when people ask me that question, because I'm like, I don't know, yellow, blue, purple, green. I love light green. I love forest green. I also love a light blue, or sometimes a dark blue, or a lot of times I like yellow, and I love pink. And I love red. Oh my gosh, see, it doesn't end. It's just I love them all. Black. How can black not be my favorite color? But then how can yellow not be my favorite color? I don't know. Number 7, get comfortable with silence. It's totally okay to just live in that silence. Get comfortable, first of all, not having an answer. Get comfortable with not having a bunch of things around you and stimulus around you. Get comfortable just being okay with the silence and being okay with your life being low key. Quarantine has totally showed me that. I used to be busy, go all the time, and quarantine has this is week 3, maybe even more, since I've been quarantined in my house, and just learning to train yourself to just be okay being at home and not having a bunch of shit around you to distract you is honestly, it's pretty life-changing. So many things are life-changing. Not everything is personal. Oh my gosh, me. Literally me. Okay, I take everything personally all the time. Ask all of my friends, ask my parents, ask my sisters. I take everything personally. Like, it could have nothing to do with me, nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, it's my fault. I have learned to just like chill out. Not everything's about you. Let it roll. Hi, cutie. Hi. Oh, my boo-boo. Look at that face. Oh, here's one. Number 9, I just really don't like to work out. Okay, I've tried. I played volleyball for 8 years, man. I mean, I love volleyball, and I like sports. Well, one sport, volleyball. I like that one sport. And I will work my little tush. I'll work my little tush off for volleyball. Those people that are like, I'm gonna go on a 4-mile run, or like, I'm just gonna go like lift weights, or like use the escalator, or whatever that thing's called. Like, I am not somebody that goes to the gym. I've tried, and this is not me saying I'm lazy and I don't want to. I have tried so many times to be somebody that works out, and I am not that. Okay, I like to go on walks, fast walks with my mom. I just hate working out. Number 10, don't allow people to make you feel small. I have lost actually several relationships from people that just either don't value my growth as a person, or they don't care to, you know, whatever. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That was so cute. But I have experienced that, man, so many times, people trying to make me feel small. And you know, when it's in that like negative way, because there are certain points you should feel humble, but you should not feel small, people. You should not feel small. Small is a degrading word that makes you feel you don't have control or power power to do things right by you. And hecky no, man. That's the one thing about me, is I am very quick to snip people that like to make me feel small. I'm not about it at all. So that's a good one. Your footprint is important. Consume less. Yeah, that goes back to my last video. We have one earth, you know, don't F it up. And your footprint is important. That's a big thing, is like your footprint. Like, know that like you matter and you count. So if you think, well, oh, I'm just one person, like what's one thing, you know, what's one person gonna do to ruin the earth? Hello, that's the mindset of everybody. So everybody is ruining the earth. So your footprint matters. Go out and talk about it so it makes other people feel like their footprint matters too, right? Okay. Number 12, animals are my source of happiness. I've got tons of sources of happiness, but I have always felt extremely connected to animals. I have 2 dogs. We usually have 2 dogs at a time. Anyway, I'm obsessed with them, obviously. I have had 4 different bunnies in my life. They are like my children. I love them more than anything. My dream in life is honestly to move out to a place where it has some land where I can have animals. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with farm animals. Goats, I love them. So yeah, I don't eat meat. Animals are just my entire life. Number 13, you don't have to be an artist to get creative. I am not artistic. I do not freehand. I do not do any of that stuff, but I do have to say I am creative. I love art. I like to paint, even though I'm bad at painting. Find something to do that makes you creative. That's such a like key aspect of like life, bruh. 14, my friends are everything. Obviously, I have a very good group of friends around me. I used to have a billion different friends and a billion different friend groups, and once high school and college kind of came through, I naturally just like not lost even, but I naturally just kind of like dwindled down the people that I talk to and I see every day. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. I have a very supportive group of girlfriends in my life. Very supportive in all different ways. All of my friendships are different with each other, but they're the best friendships in the whole world. And you know who you are. I freaking love you. Boom. Number 15, you are your biggest critic. Yes. Cut yourself some slack. I am that way. I'm very hard on myself in everything I do, whether it's school, sports, friendships, jobs, just even like the little minor things. I have always been that way with myself, and I definitely know I'm not alone on that. But sometimes you gotta just like remind yourself, all right, chill out, man. I'm doing the most that I can. And I gotta just kind of roll with that. You're gonna be okay. 16, talking/getting to know a boy should not be a game. All right, ladies. And boys, because I know that girls play games too, okay? I know that, and that is so not cool. I feel like I used to be that way. You know, like it's a game, like, oh my gosh, she texted me and it took her an hour, so I have to wait 2 hours to text her back. Or like, you're the last person that texted me last night, you need to text me in the morning, or whatever. You know, it's like a game to a lot of people, and I hate that. I am a huge advocator for, if you like somebody, just let them know and be honest and shoot your shot, and if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I don't need to be playing games with people. Like, there's already enough confusing shit out there. Whatever, it's stupid. Number 17, taking a drive to listen to music and clear your head can fix so much. During quarantine, I have only been out of the house a few times, but one of those times I was just freaking out at home. I've been quarantined with my parents, so I love them to death, but you know, we butt heads sometimes, and that's totally normal. But I got in my car and I just drove. I listened to all of my Taylor Swift CDs, which always helps me, and I drove all the way out to like Salem Township, found this like weird farmland, and honestly really enjoyed myself listening to music, looking at some scenery, fancy ass houses. I mean, it was, I came back home and I was like, I'm good. I am so good. Like, let's have a good rest of the day, you know? So that I found has always been helpful for me. I love to drive with my friends, just take a drive around and talk with them. I love just driving and just cruising around. Being born a woman has actually given me power. This is kind of hard to explain. Women go through things, obviously, that men don't have to go through, and a lot of times it can make women and girls out there feel small or feel disadvantaged, or that they have more hardships than men. And in a sense, everybody has hardships. I don't want to say they have more, they just have different hardships. And I have learned through myself and through, more importantly, the people around me, the women around me, that it's actually such a powerful thing to have girlfriends, to have women friends, to have mom friends, and just a good like girl gang. You know, I've got a good girl gang. I have a kick-ass girl gang with my women cousins. Yeah, that's just, it's given me power knowing that I'm a woman and that my body can do things that, you know, males can't. And it's not like a who's better type situation. It's really just like knowing that they're different, and that it gives me a lot of power and gives me a lot of strength and courage. And yeah, that's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming. Number 19, making conversations with random people is so fun. Yes. My parents would probably laugh if they read that one, because ever since I was like a kid, I have like no boundaries sometimes. And maybe it's just that I'm super outgoing and I'm a really big extrovert. I'm okay if I'm talking to random people. A year ago, I went to Frankenmuth with my parents, and I sat down with somebody random as hell, and I had a very good conversation with them for like a half hour. And my mom turned to my dad and was like, "Hey, where's Kat?" And my dad was like, "Probably talking to a stranger." I don't know. The person at the CVS checkout. I mean, how the hell is your day going, man? Like, let's talk about it. And so it's honestly, I think that's a really great quality about myself that I like. There's lots that I don't, but that's one that honestly I enjoy, because getting to talk to random ass people is so much fun, you guys. It's a lot of fun. You can learn a lot. So number 20, you're not gonna please everybody. So say no when you have to. I get this, I think, from my mom. I'm a pleaser. I want everybody to be happy. And I have a hard time saying no, I think, to some people. But also I feel like I say no a lot. I don't know. I am a pleaser, though. I want to fix people. I want to help people. I really want everybody to be happy. And that can be challenging. So just knowing you're not going to please everybody and kind of cutting yourself some slack in that way too. 21, do not sleep in your makeup. People. I'm saying people like I haven't. I had really bad acne issues. I said that in my last video. I was on a medication that just like made my skin so bad, like so bad. So I got into skincare then and whatever, yada yada yada. And I have learned, do not sleep in your makeup. If you are drunk or you had 4 glasses of red wine and you're feeling real good, but you're real sleepy from that red wine, girl, take 10 seconds, go to the bathroom, and just wipe that shit off so that you don't wake up with clogged pores and probably some zits. I've had a really hard time like getting that down into my system, but I never go to bed with makeup on anymore, unless sometimes it's mascara, and I'm super tired. Number 22, sugary coffee is just gross, okay? I used to get Frappuccino, vanilla iced latte, sweetened 4 pumps, you know, whatever. And you know what? Whatever floats your boat. I used to get that all the time, and my friends get it, and you know, who the heck cares? Get whatever coffee floats your boat, you know? Who cares? But like, I can't do it anymore. For some reason, I can't do it anymore. So I started drinking black coffee, and it's changed my whole life. This, I won't lie, has some Baileys in it. So that's why it's creamed. But usually I just drink black coffee, and I love it. I love it so much. #23, last one, baby. This one is so important. I have learned this through my Lord Jesus Christ. Show grace, okay? Grace is such a key and important thing in living a life that suits yourself and suits other people and suits Big Jesus. Grace is showing forgiveness and showing empathy, maybe. It's basically saying, look, I get it. I'm giving you grace. And let's move forward. And so I give myself grace all the time. I show grace to all of my family members if I'm, disappointed by something, or somebody's had a really hard day and they're not, they've got some attitude going or whatever. I think grace is so important to living a good, happy, stable, healthy life, because that's what God asks us to do, is show grace to people that really need it. That's what the most important rule is treating other people like you would want to be treated yourself. Because if you walked into this place with a bad attitude because your cat just died and blah, 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 and you're treating other people like shit, you're going to want people to go, all right, she's had a bad day, cut her some slack, like let's show her some grace, and let's, move forward with the day and just let her know that we're here for her. So that's a really big one. But yeah, 23 things that I've learned at 23. This gave a lot of insight to myself, showed me how much I have grown as a person in the past just couple years, honestly. It's been the craziest experience coming into myself and letting important relationships in my life flourish. This is going to be another really long video, so I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Whether you're out there listening or whether you have no clue that this exists, I love you, and I hope that you're okay and you're showing yourself grace and you're not being too hard on yourself, and that you're being creative, and that you wash your face and take your makeup off before bed. And yeah, I hope you do all the things that just make you happy, make you thrive, and yeah. Okay, see you next time. My eyes look crazy in this lighting. See you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah.